Bushcraft 101, page 74. After this, pinch both bundles together and twist both bundles in the opposite direction. That is, they are reverse wrapped and twisted, first one way, then against themselves the other. And then repeat the entire process until finished. It is best to start with bundles of two different lengths so that you can splice another bundle into the cord to add length. Do this only on one side at a time, never at the same time. When you reach approximately 1 inch from the end of the shortest bundle, add another bundle on that side, twisting it with the tail and making it one bundle. Then continue to reverse wrap as normal until the splice is within the cord. If a stronger cord is desired, you can always use two cords fully processed and cord them together with the same process. This will give you roughly 2/3 the original strength of a single strand, the same diameter. This same technique can be used with cords such as Mariner's tarred twisted nylon twine to create a stronger cord as well. Basic and useful camp knots. Knots are the basis of all lashings and bindings, as well as essential for securing anything from a load to a toggle. We use knots in life every day, and there are hundreds to choose from. Practice knots often until you've mastered them. You should be able to tie them behind your back and blindfolded so that you can do them without thinking if needed. Whether you're tying down gear to a frame or building a shelter, the use of knots, lashings, and bindings is a critical skill. Many knots will allow you to recover cords that may otherwise need to be cut, and this will conserve an important resource. Proper lashings can mean the difference in a shelter that stands a storm or one that collapses under the weight of snow, and a pack frame that lasts for years or breaks 3 miles into a weekend tramp. Of the hundreds of knots available, this section only covers a few that I consider essential for bushcraft, as well as the page 75. Importance of cord recovery to conserve a resource. We will discuss 3 basic types of knots: slip knots, binding knots, and static knots. Slip knots, as the word implies, tighten with the slippage of one line through a loop or loops in another. Binding knots tighten by friction of rope on rope. Static knots are standalone knots and do not require further action to function as a knot. Stop knot. A stop knot is a simple overhand knot used at the end of a line that will keep the rope from slipping. The knot works well with any other knot as a security measure. Generally, you want this simple overhand knot to have some tail between the knot itself. With any line or knot, you should tie a simple overhand stop knot on the tag end to ensure that if a knot does slip, it will not come undone. The stop knot will keep the line from slipping completely through. This is how you tie a slip knot. Bowline knot. The bowline knot, pronounced bowlin, bowlin, is one of the 4 basic mariner's knots. This knot is a standalone knot and is also a main knot used in rescue operations. This knot will retain 2/3 of